Should you hire a listing agent? I definitely think you should, but let's get into it. Listing versus marketing your property. So of course you can hire any type of service to list your property, but are you actually going to have your property marketed so that you get the top dollar for your property? When it comes to the GCH group, you can clearly see that we do a lot of marketing for ourselves and to help provide valuable information for our potential clients. So you definitely want to take that into consideration when choosing who's going to be your listing agent, how they're going to market your property, and are they going to do a good job. Essentially, you pay for what you get. When you hire a listing agent, if they are a realtor, then they are usually going to have access to an MLS system, which is the multiple listing services. An MLS is a private cooperation and compensation between listing brokers and real estate brokers. Whenever your property is in the MLS, all the other agents that are representing other buyers can have access to your property. Whenever you list your property in the MLS with your agent, this means that it gets way more exposure than if you were just to list it on Zillow or Realtor.com. These agents that have buyers set up in the MLS are able to access your property, and thus you may get more exposure and more clients may be interested in it. So this goes into my next point, which is going to be showings. Whenever your property is listed in the MLS, we do have a system called showing time, specifically in the Savannah market, where if a buyer agent's clients are interested in your property, they have to schedule an appointed time instead of if you are a for sale by owner and you're just trying to coordinate this all on your own. We actually have a system that can let us know how many people are interested, how many people are scheduling appointments, is there a specific time that you're only allowing appointments, and we can see who's coming in and out, and also be able to follow up with those agents to see if the clients are interested. The next part of this is lead follow-up. So now that we have your property listed on the MLS, we have a bunch of showings scheduled, we are able to see who's coming in and who's coming out and be able to follow up with all of those potential purchasers and tell them that if they're interested that we're going to be accepting an offer at so-and-so date, so-and-so time. So this is something that's very important as a real estate professional, to be able to have access to all these systems, to be able to not have you deal with anything. That's my job. One of the reasons you should hire a listing agent is for strategic pricing. We're able to look at the data of the market, pull up market comps, homes that are similar to yours, or maybe if you have any upgrades that are different from other people's homes, how we factor that into the price. Whenever you are pricing your home, you want to make sure that you're strategically pricing it in the market, because if you overprice it, we're going to be able to tell right away, because people are not going to want to see your property, or it's going to be on the market longer than what is normal right now, which is typically 48 to 72 hours, by the way. So if your property is on the market for a week and hasn't had any showings, that's a huge indicator that we have not priced it well. Another reason you want to hire a listing agent is because we have the capability of negotiating for you. So if we have multiple offers on the table and there's one or two offers that are really standing out, but we need them to change a few things, we are able to reach out to those buyer agents and see if there's any type of flexibility for negotiating. We do this all the time. I literally had 40 closings last year. Almost all of them were multiple offer situations, or the listings we had multiple offers. So you just want to keep that in mind, that this is our profession. We want to take the stress off of you in order for you to have an enjoyable experience of selling your home. So negotiating is definitely one of the ways that we do that for you. Some other things that listing agents are known for is being able to come into your property and see, is there anything that we need to fix or replace in order for you to get top dollar? Do we need to stage the property? These are things that we see all the time, and we represent buyers on the other side, so we know exactly what they're looking for. So for us to be able to come in and tell you what needs to be done in order for you to sell quickly and for the most amount of money, that is what we do as listing agents. Lastly, let's talk about, do you have to pay a listing agent? And the answer is yes. So on the buyer side, whenever we are representing you as a buyer, you do not have to pay your buyer agent anything. The seller or the builder is the one that pays the commission of the buyer agent. On the listing side, you do have to pay a total commission that does get split up between the listing agent and the buyer agent. The buyer agent is the one that brings the client that is going to be purchasing your property. The listing agent is the one that upfronts all the marketing costs, getting your property listed, taking photographs, videos, marketing your property the best to our ability, and getting it sold. So on the selling side, you do have to pay a total commission in order to sell your property, but like I said, it does get split between the listing agent and the buyer agent. And whenever you are choosing what listing agent to hire, typically they will go over what their prices are, what they offer for what type of commission, and that is something that you can dive deeper into with your potential listing agent that you're gonna hire. If you're interested in selling your home, go ahead and head over to the GCH Group website. We do have some seller guides that you can go ahead and download and take a look at. If you enjoyed this video today, then go ahead and watch one of our other videos, and we will see you next Monday.